All right, so I got my self-watering container tore apart because I'm gonna go ahead, I let this get a little weepy. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest this basil and make something with it today. Maybe a caprese salad or basil. Who knows, could do numerous things with it. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna prune this back when I harvest it. And I'm gonna go ahead and plant it in here with the other one that I've had in here and I keep harvesting off of. There's plenty of room. Basil can be kind of close together, at least this variety. So I'm gonna go ahead and prune this up and then we'll pot it. If you notice the bag, this is one of those live plants you can get. I got this one actually at Walmart. They're usually over in the produce section year round. When your garden centers aren't open, these are awesome. If you want fresh, I think just tastes best. Plus you have a fun little plant you can play with. This one looks pretty weepy. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that baby one all the way back. Oh shoot, be careful with these clippers. I love these, but they got a great cut. Now, the way I prune these before I plant it is I'm gonna take this all the way back to some people take these and they transplant them, but yeah, I've got plenty. You'll be surprised once you clean this up down here how many new plants and new growth will come from it when you put it in basic conditions. Like I'm going to show you what I've got this in, and it's been doing great. I love it. In fact, I'm going to try to keep it going year round because it's pretty much growing on their own. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one all the way back. Oops, I don't know if you can see it here. Just right where the new growth starts. Boop. And there, I got some yummies. This got weepy in like a day. If you bought one of these at the grocery store, you want to use it right away. But then also, if you want to keep it growing, you want to put it in more soil where the soil is staying moist. It doesn't like to get dried out. Basil does not like to get dried out. And these lights that come with my Arrow Garden work amazing on keeping these plants happy. And it's going to look pretty puny when I get done, but I'll tell you what, in a matter of days, you'll see new growth on this. Especially if your kitchen stays somewhat warm. Basil likes it warm, like above 70 or around 70. And oh, this poor weepy one. But look, I've got new growth. Oops, there's new growth right there. Let me see if I can zoom in. All right, so here we go. I pulled out some soil in my other plant, which is right here. And we're gonna scoot him closer to the front or the side. And then you just take your container, give it a good little squeeze. Gently pull that out. It'll come out. It's too dry, very dry. And then place it next to the other one. It's gonna love it in here. Guys, down below, I actually hit where there's rock in this self-watering, and the roots will start growing down to reach that water, which is pretty cool. All right, I've got parsley that needs eaten. Eat it. Lots of herbs, gotta eat them. Basil and the parsley are at the top of some of the most healthiest herbs you can eat. And add my soil. Around it, so those roots will be happy. He's looking happy already, isn't he? What do you think? I think he looks good. All right, now don't pack it too tight. Actually, I need to do that. He's next to my oregano. The oregano is going crazy here too. Actually, might prune a little bit of this for later. Yum, I love parsley. Got new growth popping up in there. Look at that. This thing really loves this container. Parsley grows like a weed in my dome. And not my garden actually during the summer. I prune that back just so new growth will come. And that basil has some room. All right, it's looking pretty good though. Next up, I like to take Spanish moss and I kind of put it around the base just because in the kitchen I don't like seeing the dirt or the soil. I'll just do that. And the new growth still comes up good. So next up is self-watering. So I need to check my gauges here, which this needs some water. I'm gonna go ahead and add water. And I'm gonna take you over and show you where I have this sitting all winter and where I keep harvesting from. There it is in my kitchen on the counter. I went ahead and filled the self-watering container, so it's all set to go. I usually have to fill it. Lately it's been roughly once a month. It gets down pretty low. When it gets down low, I usually fill it. But as you can tell, the plants are doing great, and I have been harvesting off of one or the other. Sometimes yesterday I made a soup and I harvest off all three, except the new one in there, which I'm gonna put closest to the light, which anyhow, my soup turned out really good yesterday. I'm gonna post it on my blog where you'll find this information and you'll find the recipe, which it was really good. It was a green minestrone soup, and I used these herbs in it. It was really good. But anyhow, the light source here is from an arrow garden. I have it set on the lowest it can go, because my little herbs I started in there through the arrow garden are taking their time. So this, they're herbs, they grow slow. This has to be set the lowest it can be to keep them warm and keep the light on them. So what I did, so it would reach this beautiful container, is I propped it up on a shoebox, clean shoebox kitchen. But it's blocked anyways. I think it looks kind of pretty in the kitchen. I'm gonna end up transplanting these and starting some new seeds in here actually. And that'd be a whole nother video. So we'll keep an eye on this. They're doing really well. When I've got little baby starters in here like this, after I've pruned it, I'll usually harvest off the one here. Sometimes I turn it each day, but I'm gonna leave it like this for this week, just so those new cuttings can get some new leaves on them. And I'll have to share a photo of that. Well, I'm going to get started on another video to show you how this arrow garden is doing in my kitchen. In the meantime, I hope you'll check out my green minestrone soup and other creative recipes and gardening ideas on my website. See you there.